Alright, we're in a place called Palm Beach, Australia, in Sydney. It's one of the most palmiest beaches in all of Australia. That's why it's called Palm Beach, because there are some palm trees. You can palm someone in the face, bang, that's what happened. Captain Cook saw some Aboriginals over here and went, boom, palmed them right in the face. That's why it's called Palm Beach. What else? We got the beach over there. We got some trees over here, and we got a little mountain over there, which you can actually climb on top. Pretty cool mountain. I've been up there before, once in my life, a few times, taken a few hot chicks on dates over there. And then over here, we got some pretty cool mountains with some houses. Pretty expensive as well. Let's zoom in and we'll take a look at the houses. Bang! Yeah, these houses are not bad, hey. I wouldn't mind having one of those. And you know, one of those houses over there has a freaking golf course in the house. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But just imagine the view, like waking up and seeing some water. Oh, where is it? Imagine the view, just waking up and seeing the water. Not bad. All right, so we've got a bit of an important topic about networking. The thing about networking is that, okay, when I was building my businesses, I pretty much had like no friends because I didn't really keep in touch with too many friends in high school. And at university, I didn't make any friends because during my uni years, I spent most of the time chasing this chick that never liked me back. So I wasted my time there. And then, oh damn, that chick has a huge ass over there. Whoa, man. And we're back. So, that was creepy. Okay, we won't do that again. Okay. So during university years, I was pretty much chasing this chick this whole entire time. She didn't like me, so nothing ever happened. But it was just a waste of time. Like, I just didn't really network with anyone important at university. So, I didn't really make many long-lasting friends there. And then, out of uni, I didn't have a job. I worked packing boxes in a factory, so I didn't really meet anyone that I would connect with. Like even in my first job working in the supplements industry, it's like you only really understand it if you're an entrepreneur, because when you're an entrepreneur, all you're really thinking about is building freedom. You're not thinking about like all the other distractions that people are normally into, like sports or anything else. It's all, you're really just zoned in on one fucking thing. And that thing, a lot of people are just not really interested in. So that's why I didn't really have many friends. I'd say not having friends has its advantages because you need to have obsession with what you're doing. And when you have friends, it takes away from that obsession. So by me not having any friends, that kind of allowed me to, that being said, humans are also like social animals. Even though I don't have any friends, you still seek out social connections, and the only real way to do this is through online. So, who did I seek out? Andrew Tate. Obviously, he was a big name, but there are other guys around. You know, there's also like Iman, Luke Belmar, and like a bunch of other online creators. So, even the content that I'm consuming, it's like people with the same views, right? However, the trap is when you consume that information and that's all you do, you just consume. What happens is you feel good because you're like, oh yeah, I'm consuming like this knowledge, this value, but you're not actually like fucking getting anywhere because all you've done is like virtual masturbation, which is just like watch some shit. So yeah, just don't fall into that trap, that's important. All right, so we're at the main beach now. We even got some surfers on that side over there. Actually, yeah, the waves. The thing about Palm Beach is that it's not actually a surfing beach. The reason Hawaii has better breaks is because in Hawaii, the floor of the ocean it's like reef. So that gives you more consistent breaks. With like in Australia, the floor, because it's sand, what happens is the sand moves as the waves come in, So that doesn't give you a consistent wave that you would get if you had like a rock floor, which is kind of like, you know, solid, doesn't move, and therefore the waves are more consistent. All right, so to get to Palm Beach is actually quite hard. You need to either drive or take a bus. That's the only way to get to Palm Beach. There's a bus route that you can take. Alternatively, you can surf on a shark, and if the shark knows where it's going, knows where the tasty rich people are at, they can eat those guys over there. There's been a couple of shark attacks recently, but you know, if you know what you're doing, you'll be fine. When you get to Palm Beach, you'll notice that there aren't that many toilets. I mean, actually, no, this is a toilet right over here. I thought it was something else. That's actually a toilet. Oh, so I didn't even know that there are shops over there. I didn't know that there were shops over there. Oh, okay, we'll go to see what they have in the shops over. We'll take a look around, yeah? Yeah, lad, let's do it.